What up, YouTube? This is Fun Size Paula, and today I'll be talking about the public transportation. Mostly because all of us have experienced taking the bus or the train or a metro or anything like that, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to talk about a few of the experiences that I had with buses and the trains and metros and train stations and all of that. Because I just hate the public transfer, but I have to take it technically every day or every other day, especially when I go to school. So, first of all, I'm going to start off with the buses because I hate taking the buses more than I hate taking the trains. Mostly because I have no idea, have no sense of direction where I'm going on the bus. Even though you can see it, like you see the buildings and all of that, I still have no idea where I am. Because on the train, at least it's like, oh, this is gonna be your next stop, or like, this is your stop, or whatever. When you're on the bus, you have no clue, at least I don't. And I just sit there and I just worry. I stress out about everything. I sit there and I'm like, okay, I have no idea what stop to get off at. Should I ask the bus driver? Is he gonna be mad at me? Oh my god, what if he gets mad? What if I annoy him? It's like all of this weird anxiety about it. So I just sit there and I'm like, well, hopefully I'll just get to the place, and then I end up missing my stop, or I get off too early and I start walking God knows where. And that's not even the problem. The problem with the buses is just it's always either too hot or too cold in them. It's never perfect temperature. In the winter, you walk onto the bus and the heaters are on, and it's just you have to take everything off just to feel comfortable. But then when you're getting off the bus, it's like blizzard outside or whatever, and you have to zip up and everything. It's ridiculous. And in the summer, you're waiting in the heat for the damn bus to arrive, and it's already late. And you get on the bus, and there are already no seats because the bus was delayed, and tons of people are getting on and pushing, and the AC is running and everything, and it's really cold. And then since there's tons of people, first of all, like everyone is squished upon each other, and then it starts smelling like sweat, and it gets really hot, and I just hate taking the bus. You get what I'm saying. And the other thing is metro. I have to take the metro or whatever, the train, the subway, whatever you want to call it. I have to take that every day to school. And I've been delayed so many times because, first of all, they don't tell you that the train is delayed on the websites either. And that's a lie because, first of all, you go on the train and you're waiting on the train station, and you wait there for 15 minutes and you're already late, especially for me because I'm like, oh, I gotta do this and this before I leave, and I do whole like process of before I leave, like looking for things, checking things like how many times I did this and whatever. And I'm waiting for the train. It's 15 minutes late. I get on the train. I already know I'm gonna be late to school. And then the teachers never believe me because they're like, "Oh, there was no delays on it. I checked online." Excuse me? Were you on that train? Were you taking the train with me? I don't think so. So you're not gonna tell me that was not delayed, especially since we're waiting in the middle of the tracks or whatever between the stations, saying, "Excuse me for the train delays because blah blah blah." And I'm like, so seriously, you're not now gonna tell me that there was no train delay. And the other thing about trains is it always smells on the train stations as well. Because well, homeless people usually live there. So like, always smells like some hobo piss on the side or something, and it can get really annoying because you're having like fun with your friends, you're going somewhere discovering places, and you get to the train station and you're just like your whole mood is just ruined because of the smell. And then it's always really crowded, especially if the trains are delayed, and it's like everyone is waiting for the doors to open and like, this is Sparta, and they start running into the train. And this happened to me like yesterday. It was like one of the worst experiences. So, and it's just ridiculous. The trains are also like either too hot or too cold, never really like perfect temperature, and there's tons of people that are just like grinding upon you because it's always crowded. And there's also like these people who stare at you because you're not gonna let them in your seat. And I'm like, dude, I have like 8 more stops to go. You're getting off the next stop because I heard you talk, they're, oh, I'm gonna get off the next stop, blah blah blah. But then no, you're gonna have to stare at me, so I give you my seat. Like, seriously? So, eventually I'm a nice person, so I eventually give up my seat. And they just sit down, and I'm like, seriously, like, now I'm gonna have to wait for, like, it doesn't really matter, but it gets really annoying that you have to do stupid things and people expect to do certain things. And the other thing is, like, it's just so crowded. It always smells on the train as well, especially if you're taking like a train like that is like one of the older trains, then it actually really smells, or like train everything. It just, I hate trains as well, but and I don't know, it's just, I don't know if you guys ever experienced like weird things on a train, but like, especially if you're a girl and you're walking by and it's really hot in the summer, so we obviously wear shorts or a tank top or a skirt, and you're walking by and there's always that one guy or like two guys who just stare down at you. And it's in the creepiest way. And they're not like, young guys, like whatever, you can let it pass. Those are like, I'm sorry, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds that you're just like afraid because who knows what they're gonna do. You start freaking out and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna keep on walking. And this doesn't always happen like, to young girls. It also happens to like older ladies, and this is really scary. Like, are you really that thirsty? Do you need a water bottle? Do you need some Gatorade? There's so many creeps on the train, it's ridiculous. So, if you ever had any similar experiences to me, or if you agree with what I just said, or any part of that video, then go subscribe, like it, comment, share it, or whatever, and that will really help me out. So, yeah. So, I'm Paula, and this was my rant on the public transportation, and I'm out, and see ya next Monday.